welcome to another episode of the Danny and Troy Show. And boy, do we have an exciting episode for everybody today. I'm really excited about it because it is going to be the first. It is the first of seven. We're doing a 7-part series that is now emphasizing and focusing on the new activity kits that are going to be released. And we're releasing one this very day. As soon as you're seeing this, it's available. And yeah, I mean, we'll be talking about what that is in this video. As well as that, we want to keep tight. We're going to be bringing the information down into really digestible pieces, hopefully. And we're also bringing structure to our YouTube videos from now. We're going to identify for everybody listening the purpose of what we're doing, the means of how to achieve it, and the source from whence it came. So let's start with the purpose. What are we doing here? And I'm going to jump in and
actually, you just gave the structure of a storytelling, right?
Sure.
With that whole structure of what we're doing.
Right.
Well, that's what we tell people. Okay, it's like sitting in front of a group of children, right? Yeah. Okay, kids, here's what we're doing today, right?
Sure.
And they would say, okay, fine. And then you ask yourself, well, I want to tell them a story so they'll go to sleep. Well, how do I do that? Right? We don't want to put people to sleep, but to keep people awake. And then we would like to have the third element come in, which is, as you mentioned, where did the idea come from, right? Because people are curious as a way of finishing up. Sure. And I think that it hopefully is going to be fun for everybody. And if it's not, send us a note how we can improve it.
Exactly.
And we'll ignore it.
Well, yeah, hopefully we're going to inspire people to interact more, because this is why we're out on YouTube, to help and to just tell people what we're doing. So the purpose really is tied to that, telling our brand story. Datalogical Services is telling everybody its brand story, which just so happens to be that it is a company to help people with their brand story. So we are developing this skill, and I think with Danny's experience and his skills and natural abilities, just like we have this power to tell interesting, compelling, authentic brand stories. And
we'll start one day.
This is our purpose, to be that testimony of brand story, and also the importance of brand storytelling. It's like, I am a huge advocate of, if you have something of interest, of information that is important, it is a shame, and I see this a lot, of it just sitting in the drawer and nobody getting access to it.
Yeah. So, and too, Troy, I want to say that I don't hear anybody else talking about it but me. But most of the people that I see making presentations do a really lousy job of it, right?
Oh.
They obviously haven't rehearsed. They don't know how to project. They don't know how to enunciate. They don't know, the best way to tell a story, because being a storyteller, it's quite an accomplishment, actually, to be able to gather people's interests and keep them.
Exactly.
Right. And then to have people want to come back for more.
Exactly.
And everybody I know and everybody in the world, I believe, really enjoys a good story. Right.
Exactly.
And when most people tell stories, they talk about their favorite subject, which is themselves. Sure. So you should be able to do that in a way in which you feel free to do it. You're expressing yourself in the manner in which you want to. It's working. It's coming across. And the storyteller is encouraged to continue, by which time they learn more and more about themselves, how they act and react under certain circumstances, best way to compensate for an error, right? Or an ad lib or improv, whatever it is. I like to see speakers who can recuperate without letting the audience know, oh, geez, I made a mistake. That's the last thing you want to do. Sure. But you can cover it, cover it up. You can even laugh at yourself, right? And if you can laugh at yourself, like the old saying goes, well, nobody will laugh at you. They'll laugh with you.
Sure.
So lots of little, hints that we can bring, to life with people.
Exactly.
And, I wrote something, if I have one more minute, that I wrote today. I said, we want this to exemplify your performance in life, as I wrote, through self-discovery and action, through self-disclosure and recognition of your talents and abilities that may have lain hidden, just waiting for a chance to emerge.
Cool.
And that's, hopefully this will give you that encouragement and support from us to put you on the road. And like Troy said, we've got a package of 7 forming, and we want to do a good job, and we want to know if we're satisfying your needs, right?
Exactly.
To take this small chance to give you an opportunity and encourage you to be a better speaker, to be more content with yourself, to find out more about yourself. And we have some experience we can share with you on that.
Most importantly, have fun. And this is what we're doing it.
Why? No.
Yeah, I'm doing it because, well, I mean, startup industry I've been in for 10 or more years, and it just is so, like you're saying, dry, and you got to get this presentation, who your business model, and everything, how you're going to make money, but to bring in this element of storytelling and have that space of brand storytelling already there, but I see highly underutilized and highly given under attention. It's not given enough attention. Because there's no data logical services company out there until now that specializes in brand storytelling for startups and making it a fun journey as you really go through those benefits of self-identity, getting direction, focus, knowing what you're doing in your business and in life.
Right. It's not only presenting logical, how do I say this? Presenting services in a logical manner. It's also presenting this service in an entertaining fashion as well.
Yes.
Right. So that you enjoy it and the people receiving it will enjoy it as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and that's the number one. As long as we're enjoying it and we're having fun with it, there's no harm. And I think, that covers, I mean, we talked about what we're doing, the purpose, the means of doing that. So going, and then the third is the source, which I guess we haven't touched on, but I want to touch on. So where it all came from, it's because there was a need. And actually, I don't know how or why Danny and I met when we did that time in 2015 in Bhutan.
Providence, Troy.
So this is where it all came. Danny Teal, and from his experience and in the theater and business and international investment, myself coming from a technical background, programming, development, data management, data science, and saying, well, what can we do? And over the years, we've been throwing a few things out there, which we've been churning through, but it hasn't been until, the last realization of brand storytelling that has really taken us to this next level.
Yeah. And I must say that Troy and I are a rather curious mix because, Troy handles one end of it, I handle another, and we've been ourselves dealing with how to integrate both of our sets of talent into this offering. Right.
Exactly.
And that's not easy. It's not a marriage. I wouldn't marry you, Troy. I'm sorry. Finished with all of that. But it's like this. It's like I've got square pegs and round holes, and Troy has round pegs and square holes. Right. Cool. So when we work together, he can use my square pegs in his square holes, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Always trying to come up with different images, that help us come to a point where we're satisfied with what it is we've done and can move to the next step. And that's what keeps us going too. And two, I want to say, I think both Troy and I have come to a point where we want to take what we've learned in life and share it with other people, thinking and hoping and believing that what we are offering is not only about making money, of course, but about providing a real value to people. And then we won't have to worry about the money, you know. It's just we're doing a service and people are happy to compensate us for the expenses that we incur, right? And we're providing a really good service. We like to think providing a really good service for people, you know, kind of a coming out service, right? For people who are locked in a cubicle or a routine or something like that. We want to bring your creative spirit to life, right? And we're not going to tell you how to do it. We're just going to make a few suggestions, and we can always, you know, you can always say, I would like for you to monitor it, and we can work something out there, right? Because that's what we want. We want to create stars, not necessarily for the public media, because I think you should be the stars in your own eyes, right? And you can admire other people for their abilities, but really everybody is so unique. It makes no sense to try to be somebody else, because you know you are the perfect you, and you make a lousy somebody else.
Exactly. And these are the techniques that you can draw from the theater, from acting, and apply them in this context where you don't have to, you know, like you said, you know, be the next Tom Cruise and play all these different characters, but in that process, know who you are and define your own character and develop your character and display your character.
Yep. You know, it's like when I lived in Hollywood and was looking for an agent, you'd walk in the door and they would say to you, we've got somebody like you.
Right.
And it was like, that has to be me then.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one like me.
That's right.
And this superficial, you know, casting business and all that, they're in a push, they're in a crunch. And that's where, when you distinguish yourself, right? When you present yourself as the authentic person that you are with confidence, you're bound to stand out. You know, there's no chance that you won't. And of course, we all want to be very pleased and confident about who we are. You know, we don't want to get caught in a situation where they're asking us something about ourselves that we can't answer. Right? Well, tell me about yourself. I don't know me. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
That's right. The more I think you are able to have this, you know, that saying, know thyself, the classic saying.
That's right.
The stronger and more power you get in terms of taking it to the next step, which, you know, is developing thyself.
Yeah. Without trying. It becomes natural.
Sure. And that's what
you just apply yourself to different situations.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you have a strong fundamental understanding of who you are and how you probably will act in different situations. But you want to keep it fresh. You know, you don't want to go in there and you know, react by rote. Oh, I'm Danny. It's like, where's the originality? It's like, you want me to be original? It's like, okay, thank you.
So we put together a number, well, yeah, we've got a few in the pipeline, activity kits, but we've got one right now that's available if you're interested in learning more about this. We're calling it the monologue activity kit that helps you get started with this, defining your character and establishing a monologue around it. It's inspired by Shakespeare and the most classic, I think, Shakespearean monologue out there, which is All the World's a Stage, drawing on the 7 ages that it actually mentions in that monologue to relate to the 7 programs that we're releasing, and they're introductory activity kits that you can buy and take away and execute by yourself.
Yep. And the interesting thing about it too is people's reaction to it. We've had one customer already that principally says she wants to write a book. And it's like, we're not promoting this as teaching you how to write a book, because, you know, we need to prepare the person for the surprises that come from writing a book, how to organize it, how to be able to take thoughts that come to you, and avoid things like editing when you're creating. You want to keep those two separate, right? And these skills are applicable in a number of different areas. Sales, of course, writing a book, autofiction, freeing yourself up, which I think is essential for performers, whether you're a dancer or an actor or whatever it is you're doing. Even especially in business too. I want to add that, because this is not only a service for a business, which is really an inanimate individual, because businesses are run by people and the people distinguish themselves as a brand or as a CEO or whatever, who the business is actually an extension of themselves.
Exactly.
Right. And we deal in that area too, quite vividly, I might say. And if you have a particular application you want, ask us. We can tailor make something, or we can go even deeper, which I won't go into now.
Well, yeah, the way I like to summarize it is activity kits, services, and programs. They're the things that Datalogical Services has right now. Activity kit is an individual thing. You just take it away and do it, and the results are all up to you, and what you get out of it is how much you put in. The service, like Danny's mentioning, if you need extra these golden tips and tricks that are in Danny's mind and he knows them backwards, and he does them so naturally he doesn't even realize. You want something like that, then we can assist. We just ask. The program,
$5,000 an hour, right? Is that right?
Well,
or less,
sure,
or less.
Yeah, worth at least that. But we're not going to charge 5,000. We're going to give you a mate's rate.
Four.
Then there's the programs, the full-on collaborations, and one program that we may as well throw in and mention right now is Udemonian Mentoring, where you can sign up and get daily or however frequently you'd like contact with our mentors, which currently is Danny and I. But yeah, we are launching the very first activity kit right now, which is the monologue activity kit. Go check it out at datalogicalservices.com/onstage. And it's what is it?
And appropriately enough, / right?
Right.
We're moving forward in this direction. I think you'll enjoy it, and it's cheap enough. We did that intentionally.
Sure.
I wanted to charge $2 million, and Troy said, well, let's go under 30. And it's like, okay, $29.95. Yeah, it's got a nice ring to it. So, and you can, use your card, PayPal, God knows how many ways you can do it. Yeah, you can also put cash in an envelope and send it to me, and I'll give you your address. I'll give you my address.
We want you to let us know what you think about this video, or check out the activity kit, and we'll be looking forward to doing the next one based on the feedback from this one, and we're going to be rolling out another 6 after this that tailored around. Like Danny mentioned, it's the people that it can benefit is almost unlimited, because it's about
a number of different ways.
That's right, your own identity sorted. Where I like to see it applied is where we've applied it ourselves, which is in a startup, because we're a startup ourselves and we've applied it to ourselves. So other startups that are out there, other founders, CEOs that are maybe looking for a little help on their brand story development, check it out and let us know what you think.
Yeah, we should be using the theme song for Rawhide. Remember that? Rolling.
Yeah.
Keep them doggies rolling. And that's what we want to do, whether it's rolling film or rolling this platform out.
Right.
We're ready. I think we're ready.
Speaking of themes and jingles, you will have noticed that on this one we've now got our opening, and stay tuned for the ending, the outro jingle, and see if you can tell the difference, because there's a slight difference, and we've intentionally made that. And that song is a classic one as well. The 16 tons. We have to give credit to the originator.
Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Very popular song from the what? I think from the 50s actually. Some
Yeah,
oldies
55.
but goodies.
1955 is when it was released. So
yeah. You were still a gleam in your father's eye, Troy.
Well, I don't know. He was like 5 years old, I guess.
Oh, really?
55.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that?
Good.
Yep.
So we'll
Okay.
close it here. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget to just like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're looking forward to hearing your feedback. And yeah, we're just doing it.
Don't forget to tell them about the non-fungible token they get.
Oh, I did forget about the non-fungible token. For every purchase, we are also giving away a non-fungible token that's associated with Shakespeare and the All the World's a Stage theme. If you're the very first person to buy, other than my family, which my mum's already bought one, but we're not going to let her get this special deal that is for non-associates that want to make use of this. They will get the first non-fungible token for the All the World is Stage monologue activity kit. And yeah, I'm sure that will be,
and that's worth $100 right there.
Exactly. So, and yeah, let us
Okay.
know.
Great. Yeah. We'll see you on stage. Okay.
See you on stage.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Troy.